do you tell if your agent is doing everything possible to get your signed offer in on time to the listing agent and the home seller when you are submitting an offer to buy a home? I had these home buyers that recently called me up because they were absolutely livid because on two separate occasions for two different offers, they felt they had lost their bid on these homes in a multiple offer situation because their realtor did not submit their offer as soon as they signed the contract that evening. When they contacted the realtor the following day to find out what the status was on their offer, the agent said he would submit it that afternoon. Now, these home buyers were taken aback by what their agent said because they had assumed, and the key word is assumed, he was going to submit the offer that evening after they signed it. But they decided not to say anything to their agent because they were thinking, well, the agent is the expert. He knows what he's doing because he does this all the time. They found out on the third day that their offer was not accepted and they were back to square one on their home search, and they were hoping they did not miss out because the agent did not act with urgency. Now, fast forward to the next home they decided to write an offer on. They gave their offer to the agent again, and this time they asked the agent, "When will you be submitting our offer?" The agent said that the seller and the listing agent have stated there will be an offer deadline by Monday morning, 11 a.m. So we have plenty of time in getting your offer in, so don't worry about it. I got you. And this was like on a Saturday, I believe. So basically, to me, the realtor did not answer their question. And just in case you are a new home buyer and don't know, an offer deadline is when the seller decides to allow time for all home buyers in a multiple offer situation to submit their final, highest, and best offers by a specific day and time. Now, these home buyers found out on Monday afternoon that their offer was rejected again, and the agent did not submit their offer as soon as they signed that contract. This made them even madder, and they were seriously thinking about firing their agent because they felt their agent was not working in their best interests and was perhaps intentionally trying to sabotage them from buying a home. This is when they called me up to ask me my opinion and advice and if this was normal practice for realtors. So this is what I'm going to touch on in today's video. Is it mandatory that your agent submit your offer right away, or can they wait a few days? My name is Sherilyn Williams, your local Chicagoland realtor, helping you build your dreams through real estate. And if you need a realtor to help you find a home here in Chicagoland, I would be happy to assist you with any of your real estate needs. All of my contact information is always located in the description below. Okay, so is it mandatory for an agent to submit an offer right away for their home buyer as soon as the contract is signed? And the answer is a yes and possibly a maybe. You see, realtors have to abide by a code of ethics when working with home buyers and sellers, and also when submitting offers. And realtors have a duty to act diligently and promptly in representing their clients, which includes submitting offers in a timely manner. This is all part of the code of ethics that we are required to abide by in order to become a realtor and to have the realtor designation. If a realtor does not follow these required code of ethics, there can be serious consequences. A realtor can be sued, fined, or have a judgment placed against them and could possibly lose their license and not be able to practice. Now, for my home buyer clients, when they tell me they're ready to write up an offer, I write it up as soon as I realistically can. I don't play around because for most homes today, we are in multiple offer situations, and I believe in trying to beat all the other offers to the punch. In my mind, I'm thinking that maybe the seller will accept my buyer client's offer before any other offers come in. Plus, I'm just too darn competitive. Now, I know, of course, there are things that may come up in my everyday life, like having to make a quick stop to get gas on my way to my office before writing the contract, or you may have a realtor that may have a child they have to pick up from their after school practice before heading to the office to write the contract. And this is all understandable, but a realtor must always act diligently and promptly, putting the best interests and needs of their clients first before their own. So you may be wondering why I said earlier there can also be a maybe when determining if it's okay to submit an offer a day or 2 days later. Sometimes realtors will submit an offer later because they think it will be a better way to gain leverage in negotiating to get your offer accepted, especially when there is an offer deadline set by the seller. So the realtor could be using a strategy to help you win. So let me explain this. Many times in a multiple offer situation, many buyer agents will call or text the listing agent to gather as much information as possible to find out how competitive the other offers are so they can make the best offer they can for you. Many of the buyer's agents will call and ask the listing agent some common questions like, do you have any other offers? What are some things that are important to your sellers? Is the closing date important to your seller? Will they entertain an appraisal gap or a sale leaseback? These are some of the questions agents will ask. Essentially, your agent is trying to kind of snoop around and find out as much information as they can to win the home for you. So if the listing agent tells your agent, well, I have two offers in, that kind of gives your agent an idea that they need to be as competitive as possible in order for you to win the home. So in this case, you think right away, well, I better offer over list price to beat these other two offers. So your agent may think the best strategy is to wait closer to the offer deadline date to submit your offer, even though you signed your contract a day or two before. Your agent may not want your offer to be the first or the second offer as the baseline offer because it gives all the other agents a clue on how to negotiate for their buyers. And just a quick side note, a listing agent is not required to disclose anything to a buyer's agent about other offers if the seller does not agree to that. So don't think the listing agent is ever required to disclose anything. They may disclose information to be kind because they know how competitive and hard it is for homebuyers to get their offers accepted with multiple offers. But don't forget that that seller and the agent are also trying to get as much money as possible. If you like the information in this video, please press that like button, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for great real estate content and education to guide you on your path to becoming a homeowner. I really do appreciate all of your support. So, the obvious way to handle a situation when you feel your realtor is not working as hard as you would like, instead of firing them, is to just communicate. Communicate with your realtor your expectations on how you want your submission of offers to be handled. Don't be afraid to speak up and tell your agent, as soon as we sign this contract tonight, I would appreciate it if you could submit the contract as soon as possible. And please confirm to me that it was sent by shooting me a text or email. Pretty easy. If you don't mind your agent submitting the contract later to use as a negotiating tool for you to win the house, just let that be known to your agent. And just because your agent is submitting the offer a day or maybe a couple of days later doesn't mean they are intentionally trying to sabotage you. However, your agent should have that discussion with you and both sides come to a common ground and mutual agreement beforehand. It's really just that simple. Remember, you are the boss, and your agent works for you. And your agent is required to follow your directions and instructions as long as you are not encouraging them or telling them to do anything unlawful. I know shopping for a home can make you have so many different kinds of emotions and can cause a lot of happiness as well as stress. But figuring out ways to find common ground and communication throughout the process can make it a whole lot easier for you. Thank you for watching.